Burna Boy is closing in on Wizzy, and it's not really surprising that he's really closing in on Wizzy because these two are friends, and I'm not surprised that these two are really working almost into the same niche to see to it that obviously take the Afrobeats to the next level. And how is he closing in on Wizzy? That's why I'm here on the Afrobeats Gallery to bring you this story on the Afrobeats Gallery. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having super fun. And thank you for obviously joining in onto this beautiful channel of ours, and I'm just loving what I'm really doing for you. So, where should I start from? Obviously, I think last week I brought you a story of Wizkid being the first African artist to surpass 10 billion streams, organic streams, on Spotify. That was Wizkid for you. And I went ahead to run that story, and you guys went ahead to watch it, and you really gave me even new subscribers in here. Now, having gone ahead to obviously see to it that he really makes and sets that record in there for you, as Wizkid is like Ronaldo, records are following him up. You know, most of the records that Afrobeats artists are really chasing, you know, have been set by Wizkid, you know. And now, Burna Boy comes again in line, or second in line. And Burna Boy has now surpassed 9.6 billion organic streams across all credits on Spotify. So, it is really very giving for Burna Boy and very interesting for his hard work that has gonna hit obviously put out onto his works, to see to it that he's now finding himself in that ilk of what we call closing in on a 10 billion organic streams. And by the way, you have to give Burna Boy kudos, because if you look at the time Wizkid has been here, it's not the same time that Burna Boy has been here. I think Wizzy was here before Burna. You understand? And Burna even went ahead to obviously take some years off when Wizzy was really putting out a lot. You remember those times when he really left UK, you know, and he came to the ghettos of South Africa. That's where he found himself working with the likes of Akawald, you know, and is it called Scottish, and very many other South African superstars. That's how he even close to them. So those are from, I think, 2014, right? He really had 2-3 years of not doing some good music until he returned with what we call On The Law, and I think that was around 2017 in there. And ever since he returned, Burna Boy has been throwing in hits after hits, you know, On The Law, you know, songs like Shao, you know, very many big songs that's gonna hate to throw in here for you. African Giant, you know, he has seen this African music industry shift to all extend, all protract its audience to Asia, South America, you know, Europe, you know, and him and Wizkid have gone here to contribute hugely. But don't forget the contribution of people like Davido, contributions of artists like Rima, you know. You saw his remix with Selena Gomez, you know, Calm Down, making history in African Afrobeats records in there. You won't really play down efforts of people like CK, Love Nwantiti, that big song in there for you. I think it also clocked 1 billion. I think it's one of the first songs from Nigeria to clock 1 billion, a single, without having somebody else really jumping onto the song. So lots of songs are really making history in Afrobeats. And you won't even play down the efforts of artists like Tiwa Savage, and you'll go back to those who laid the foundation, the likes of P Square and D'banj, you know. So Burna Boy is soon hitting 10 billion streams across Spotify credits, across all Spotify songs in there. And for Burna Boy, he's left with now with 400 million streams. And I think by the end of February, I think Burna Boy would have gone ahead to clock 10 billion. And I think Wizkid will be closing in on 11 billion, because Wizkid is having a Wizkid FC, and they are really mad at watching this guy's music in their face. So guys, your thoughts on Burna Boy closing in on Big Wizzy are welcome in the comment section below. And who is the greatest of all time now? Because when you look at shows and performances, Burna Boy is really doing better. When you come to streams, Wizkid is really doing better. You understand? So, I don't know. Who is the GOAT? Is it Burna or Wizkadayo? I leave that into the comment section for you guys to come and really let me know who you think is the greatest of all time. Rockan David is my name. Continue to subscribe because we want to hit 1,000 subscribers such that this channel really earns its monetization in there for you. And I'm really excited that people in the US are really continuing to watch us hugely. That is really very important. And I'm just moved by their big support. And we're having people viewing us from USA, Jamaica, London, you know, and then Africa, South Africa, Nigeria really follow up. So it's good to see that Afrobeat is being consumed there, and seated down here in Africa, I'm really being viewed by people in USA and Europe. Thank you for loving this channel and continue to subscribe.